Did you know that 700 million people use ChatGPT every week? And many are using it the same way that we used to use Google, to find answers, solutions, and even businesses. And that's why everyone's wondering, how do you rank in ChatGPT? Because if you rank here, you don't have to compete with dozens of links on Google. And that's exactly what we'll cover in this video. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dan from fatjoe. We've delivered more than 230,000 SEO orders since 2012. Now, let's get straight into the video, where I'll cover this in 4 simple steps. What is ranking in ChatGPT anyway? Before we get going with the 4 steps, it's worth just taking a moment to clarify what we mean by ranking in ChatGPT. Because it's not like the old days of SERPs with relatively stable rankings that are replicable across different users. AI like ChatGPT doesn't have set rankings. Their recommendations and citations change per query, per user, every single time. Therefore, it's not possible to directly say that you're ranking number 1 in ChatGPT, because that just doesn't exist. But you can put in the work to be consistently in the mix to be cited and recommended by AI, either citing your helpful content or directly recommending your awesome products and services. And that's what we'll be optimizing for in the following 4 steps. Step 1. Create content that ChatGPT wants. This is actually where most people mess it up. You need to create content that matches the questions that people are actually asking. In SEO, we already have this. It's search intent. It simply means the real goal behind a query. For example, the best laptop for students. The intent is to compare and buy. How to clean white sneakers. The intent is to solve a problem fast. ChatGPT is built to detect that intent and then give a complete conversational answer. So how do you adapt? By making your content feel like it's already answering the question. Not with specs, not with jargon, but with plain human language. That's the tone that ChatGPT is looking for. Here's a practical example. Let's say you sell fitness trackers. Most businesses write a page that just lists features, but instead you create a guide, the best fitness trackers for beginners in 2025. Inside it, you explain what features actually matter for beginners, why heart rate monitoring is important at all, which models are the most user-friendly, and, vitally, you use short, sharp questions as headers with clear answers. You're not writing prose for a classic blog post. Think about it almost as becoming an extended, slightly more conversational FAQ section. Can you see the difference here? You're not just selling, you're educating. Now, where do you find the right questions to create your answers for? Start with Google's People Also Ask box, or just check the related searches. Or you can use free tools like Answer the Public. These show you the exact questions that people are typing every day. If you mirror those questions and answer them clearly, you're giving ChatGPT the kind of conversational content it loves. The more that you can anticipate intent and the more that you can structure your content around it, the higher your chances of being cited as a source in ChatGPT, building your brand recognition, or even of being recommended as the user progresses further from informational to transactional queries, either within ChatGPT or without. Now you've got the right content and tone. But here's the thing, content alone isn't enough. You also need to make sure that AI can really understand it, and that's where structured data comes in. Step 2, use structured data to make your website machine readable. This step does sound technical, but I promise it's not as scary as it seems. Structured data is simply a way of labeling info on your site. Just think of it like name tags at a conference. If someone's wearing a tag that says their name's Sarah and they've got the talks and networking pass, you immediately know who they are and what they need. Structured data just basically works the same way. It tells AI tools, this is a product, here's the price, here's the review rating, here's the availability. The most common way to do this is called schema markup. Sound intimidating? Don't panic. You don't need to code it yourself. Plugins on WordPress or Shopify just handle it for you. On WordPress, plugins like Yoast SEO or Rank Math will be the ones to do it automatically. When editing a page, just scroll down to the schema section. You can then set it as article, product, FAQ, or local business, whatever's suitable to the page you're making. The most common types of schema are product, the item that you're selling, offer, price, currency, and availability, aggregate rating, the average star and score total ratings, review, that's for an individual review, FAQ page, just denoting that it's questions and answers, article, lets them know it's a blog post or news, how to, lets it know it's a step-by-step guide, which is very important for ChatGPT. Local business, it lets them know that it's for a physical shop or service. Your names might vary a little bit by CMS, but you'll always be able to find the equivalents easily enough. AI loves clear, structured facts that it can trust. Once you've added your structured data, be sure to test it. Use Google's free rich results test. It tells you if your labels are correct and readable. And here's a key point. Make sure your markup matches what's on the page. If markup says in stock, but page says out of stock, that's misleading, and it can hurt you. Structured data doesn't replace good content, but it massively increases your site's readability and gets you thinking about your content and structure in the right way, bringing everything more in order. To be clear, there's still some debate about the efficacy of schema, specifically for AI, but A, it helps with regular SEO, and B, there have been some promising correlations shown. We absolutely believe it's worth sorting this just for the all-round benefits. Awesome. Now, the next step is about making ChatGPT trust you. Step 3, build trust signals through reviews and mentions. On the internet, these signals are reviews and mentions. Reviews, they're simple. The more high quality reviews that you get on Google Reviews, Trustpilot, G2 or Amazon, the stronger your reputation looks to AI. It's just digital word of mouth really. And here's the kicker. OpenAI has tested SearchGPT and it's even partnered with publishers. That means that citations from trusted news sites or publishers directly increase your chances of being recommended in ChatGPT. For shopping queries, this matters even more. AI leans heavily on structured product data, prices, reviews, ratings, all of the things that we covered back in step 2. Now, reviews are one piece of the puzzle, mentions are another. It's pretty simple. A mention is when another site talks about you. For example, a fitness blogger reviews your new supplement and links back to you. That tells AI that you're relevant in that particular space. The more high quality off-site mentions that you collect, the more authority you build. So, how do you do it? Encourage customers to leave reviews externally. Reach out for partnerships. Write guest posts on other sites. Or land some press coverage. Or you can even use fatjoe's AI SEO services to build these mentions for you. All of these send strong trust signals. And here's how to measure it. When ChatGPT shows sources in its answers, just check if your site or sites mentioning you appear there. Then you can track the impact. Use Google Analytics as we've covered previously here. If you're getting referral traffic from those mentions, you're officially on AI's radar and moving closer to being its #1 choice. Finally, you can just track your AI visibility using tools like LLMrefs, Profound, and others to see how visible you are in AI. Now, it's time to talk about the last step, keeping your content updated. Step 4, keep your content updated. If your last blog post is from 3 years ago, or your product page still says new for 2022, AI might skip you for someone more current. Multiple tests and studies have shown that for AI, freshness matters because users expect timely, accurate information. But freshness alone isn't enough. You also need to write in a way that feels human and conversational. Remember, ChatGPT is designed to talk like a helpful assistant, as we've already covered way back in point 1. If your content already mirrors that style, it's easier for AI to pull directly from your site. It might be a little bit tricky here, because you don't want to overly amend content that's already ranking in traditional SERPs. But any older content that isn't performing is an immediate candidate to be updated, both for fresh new content, new figures, new facts, etc., and for a more conversational tone as preferred by AI. So, there you have it. Ranking #1 in ChatGPT isn't about gaming the system or tricking the AI. It's about aligning your content, your structure, and your reputation with the way that this new search experience actually works. So start applying these steps today and comment below what you'd like us to cover more. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Stay updated, stay informed, and stay visible. I'll see you in the next one.